Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're in the bike packing, you're in the right place. I'm supposed to be going out today. I'm all packed ready to go. I just want to fine tune some of my gear, but unfortunately, bloody lockdown. So I was talking to my friend Simon just a few minutes ago on Messenger, and he says, "To hell, just put it up. Just do the video. Give us a rough idea of what you're playing at." So first of all, it is a bike packing expedition type setup with a trailer. The first question you're probably going to say is, why would you add a trailer when you can put everything on your bike? Truth is, curiosity. Ever since I've seen a Bob trailer on the road, and I've seen an extra wheel trailer, and I've seen a few other people using trailers, I've always been curious to see what are they like. So I knew I wanted a single wheel trailer for the trails, and I knew I wanted at least a 4-inch tire, 26 4-inch tire. And at the time, nobody had it. And about a couple of years ago, I seen a prototype from Extra Wheel called the Fat Mate. And last year I was able to get a hold of one. But I didn't have a bike because my bike was stuck in Australia. So this is going to be just a rough overall view of what's in the bags, not totally detailed. The reason is, each bag has some really cool stuff. Every single bag I went through, I have fine-tuned over the years, and then this year I have really dialed it down, and each bag deserves a complete review. I mean, it could be the winter riding gear, from the expedition masks to the sleep system, to the complete new cook system. So I think each one of those deserve their own detail that might interest people. But overall, I just want to show you it. The concept behind this is base camp. I go somewhere really remote, and I set up a base camp. For example, I would arrive, take the complete seat system here, set it up, unhook the trailer, take off the water bottles, take off the fuel, and then the bike is just left for day riding. So this is a complete system where I can stay out there as long as possible. I believe I can carry up to 25-30 days of food with this system, and then I can just explore the trails. So it's a base camp trailer bike packing setup. So let me start off with the bike itself. It is my first custom bike I've ever built. It is a fat bike. It is alloy and bamboo, the frame, which is made in Vietnam, and the forks are carbon, the seat post is carbon, the handlebars are titanium. They're like Jones bars. You can see that there. Running XT braking system, and I'm also running XT gearing system. I believe I'm running a 28 in the front and 52 on the rear. So I'm running also tubeless, and obviously the Infinity seat, pure comfort from day one. All I wear is a pair of normal shorts. I don't use padding, and I don't use shaft cream. I just have talking powder, and this is pure comfort. Not cheap, but I've got a discount code. I'll put a link to it. But it's pure comfort. If you're the type of person that's after 50 kilometers, your ass is sore, multiple day rides, then this seat's for you. My legs get sore before my ass gets sore. Actually, my ass just doesn't get sore on this seat. It's that good. So let's start off with, I'm just going to go generally, as I say, generally over what each bag kind of contains, short version, right? So first thing is the complete sleep system. In here is the complete sleep system. When I say complete, I mean the sleeping bag, the air mattress, the pillow, change of clothes, which is like compression wear base layers when I get to camp. Also a wash kit, and then the tent itself. And the reason why it's bulky is because it's 4 seasons. I believe that even in hot countries, there's nights that drop down in temperature and I won't be cold. So I'm prepared for anything. So this is 4 seasons. The next thing is on the handlebars is just a little GoPro mount, quad lock. And here I attach my DJI drone controller. Here is a GoPro freeway, which basically, I'll show you. This opens up like that. Blah blah blah, comes back. So when you're riding along, you can do those selfie shots. It's actually pretty cool. Water ball is gravel, it's insulated. And then on the other side is my light. It's also a battery bike. Now, you can see the bags. I have a lot of bags from many different companies. I am a big fan of custom bags, like really big fan of custom bags. There is a complete difference when you get a bike bag, dude bag, or a J-Packs bag compared to a factory bag. The superior in workmanship, the superior in quality. Now, a couple of months ago, I done a video after I built this bike and said I was going to order some bike bags. I've been using them for 7 years. They ship worldwide. They're great bags, and the same with J-Packs. The thing is, a company called Merd reached out to me and they said, hey, we got some bags. We're a new company. Would you like to test them? They're all custom made. And normally I say no. When I have gear that actually works, like Bike Bag Dude and J-Packs and stuff like that, I don't need to try any other gear. But they said, we'd like you to field test and give us your opinion. So I said, okay, let me have a look at your website. When I went to their website, I remember a couple of years ago, on bikepacking forums, they were just starting out, and they asked people a questionnaire, what would you like to see in your bikepacking bags? And I remember I filled it in and answered, I'd love to see the stem bags much bigger, because I'm usually using 4 of them. And when I went to their website, they had made them, and they actually don't call them stem bags, they call them popcorn bags, because they look like popcorn bags. So I said, yeah, sure, send them, let me try it out. So I am testing them at the moment, and I can't really give you an opinion compared to Bike Bag Dude or J-Packs, because those guys I've known for 7 years and their gear is just perfect, you know. But after some testing, I will definitely give my opinion on them. I do like, I'll show you, the strapping system. That's different. I really like that. I really like the strapping system. Very, very nice. It's really nice strapping system they have there. The quality of the build is on par or equal to Bike Bag Dude J-Packs. Their designs, some new things I like. But overall, I am still testing it, so I can't really give you an opinion. But so here we go. We'll start here. Front forks, got 2 liters of water. Stainless steel, the same on the other side. Here is the popcorn bag. I basically keep my clothes in there. Rain jacket, down jacket, and arm warmers. I have a detailed video of the core setup. This is basically from here to here is the core. I added the compass here, just simple stuck a compass there. Here, because these popcorn bags have webbing, you can add little pouches. So I added a couple of little nets, and inside here I have my seat and what else do I have? And a little tarp thing to throw down on the ground if it's wet. On the other side, I have a mask. Now, I didn't buy it because of COVID. I bought it because of the pollution in some cities I went through, especially if you know anything about hazing in Singapore, Indonesia. My lungs are burned, and this is a pollution mask by R Pure or something they're called. So I have the mask, but I can use it for the COVID as well, so no big deal. Here is where I keep all my drone stuff and camera gear. So in here would be all the drones, controller, battery banks, but also I have a lead running into there so I can charge while I'm riding along. Next is this bag. In here basically head net, personal belongings, and my camera, which I'm using to record now, and a headlamp, so when I get the cam. And here, these are merged gear bags again, and credit cards and wallets and stuff like that on a zipper. These are all, let me show you, just easy reach in. So you can see, all you do is you're riding along, you just undo that, it opens up, grab what you need, clip it in, that's it. So the same principle with this one and the same principle, they're all made by the same company, Mert Gear, Custom Gear. I'll put a link to their thing. Next is my sunglasses. Now, I put this here for a reason because I keep leaving my sunglasses on the cockpit or at the restaurant or when I stop, I keep leaving them. And this way I remember to put them in when I get off the bike. That's the only reason it's there. They're not designer sunglasses, they're actually my Eversight GPS coordinates glasses, which are badass, really badass. I'll actually show you if you haven't seen before. It's got a full heads-up display, it's like a fighter plane inside, it's got the roots, it's got everything, it's got HD, it's got all my music playing from the internal speakers. Just imagine looking at Avatar, right, watching that movie, that's the same sort of display you have, 3D almost, it's badass. So here's got all my music and record video, you can just voice activate it and say hey record, etc, etc. So I keep that in there, I don't want to lose them because they're not cheap. Up here is basically maintenance. When I'm riding along, if I rip my jacket, rain jacket, or my air mattress gets a leak, or my tent gets a leak, all the patches in there are basically by Gear Aid. Really good stuff. Next is the frame bag. Frame bag is tools. This whole section is tools, maintenance, and spare parts. A really good tip, what I've figured out is how do you know what gear to take and what not to take, etc, etc. What I've found is that if you're doing maintenance at the house, get your own kit together for the bike. If you're running to the garage and looking for a screw or looking for a pair of pliers or you're looking for something to help you do your maintenance, then you obviously don't have all the gear that you need for your maintenance. So this side is all maintenance. On the other side is my water. I hold a 3 litre and a water filter and another 2.5 litre, 2 litre Camelback bladder, which runs up and connects to this here little magnet. It just clips on, so when I'm riding along I can have a drink. So, and here is my fuel. It is basically 50 ounce, which means I can do 25 meals in 25 days. Because lunchtime, I normally just do non-cooking, you know, wraps, chicken wraps and stuff like that. Now, I'll get to this. Pedal cell. Well, I actually don't call it pedal cell. I'll explain. I wrote to my friend who's been cycletouring for a long time. He's got a YouTube channel, and I wrote to him and I was asking him how much energy is he using, because he's doing a lot of video editing, and how much milliamps and stuff like that there is he using on an average a day. And he said send a list of what you're going to power. So I sent a list, and because I've done a big upgrade on all my cameras and drones and video editing and stuff and battery banks from the last video I've done, he said to me, hey, send a list. So I sent a list. Milliamps, this. So I said, what do I need to power this? Because I'm usually using solar. And his answer was, nuclear power plant. So, this is my nuclear power plant. It's a Dynahub, but it's a kind of, it's by Paddle Cell. They've only been advertising in the last couple of months, they've just seen their stuff. And the way it works is, when you first look at it, you'll say to yourself, that looks like something from the 70s, and it does remind you of that. But what these students did, basically, they took the old technology and threw in 20th century technology into it. My Dynahub on my son and the one I have on Simon's bike, let me show you. Oh, she's not focusing. Ah, there it is. It's spin up. They're producing about 0.6 amps. So they're producing 0.6 amps. Then you can get these converters and stuff like that there from the UK and stuff. But what this one does, it's got two USB-Cs. One of them is producing 0.6 amps, but the other one is what I'm interested in, 2.4 amps, which is crazy. There is no Dynahub out there that I know of that is producing that much. So one of the cables is going in to the little battery bank. I threw a battery bank in there, 10,000, and it's charging while I'm riding along. The other one is running to the popcorn bag, and inside there it's plugged into my drone or camera or headphones, something just I need a trickle charge. So I am testing at the moment. I haven't got an opinion on it yet. Yes, I know people will say you're not supposed to put them on carbon rims. You know what, I've got another set of rims here. So I've got another set of rims here, so if I break them, I just replace them. So that is the general setup for the bike. That's a general setup for the bike. Basically arrive at camp, sleep system completely off. As I say, it's 4 seasons, 2 bottles off, fuel tank off, and I'm left with a bike to do explore the trails. Everything I need, maintenance, water, change of clothes, and camera gear. Just basically, I could throw a couple snacks in there as well. So that is it. Then we got to what people are probably interested in. Sorry it took so long, as usual. This is the extra wheel Fat Mate. Now, I'm going to put a link to where you can buy it from. You will see it with panniers like this. These are 30-litre panniers. Okay? That's what came with it. I think my one's definitely unusual because I switched out the panniers. Nothing wrong with their panniers. Nothing wrong with their panniers at all. It's just I don't like panniers. I mean, maybe it's because I started bikepacking and I just don't like that type of panniers and clips and stuff like that there. So the aero bags, which I've had from my other system, I decided to put on the bike or on the trailer. So this is the trailer. It is built like a tank, guys. Now it's about, I believe, about 8 kilos. Now I had put on a carbon rim, so I got the weight down a little bit. Not much different because that's the original rims, the red ones. But I put a carbon rim on it. So the trailer itself attaches very simply, no strings, no nothing, just force of pressure. And the way it works is, here's the screw. When you attach it to your bike, before you attach it, you move it in like an inch in, and then you tighten up the screw. So the clamp just clamps to it. Now it has not come off. It doesn't come off. It's very smart mechanism the way they've got that. It just clamps to it. So in the trailer, first of all, this bag is my complete cook system. When I say complete cook system, it's everything I need to actually make food like I was making in the kitchen. It's more tailored for people's cycle touring than bikepacking. I've got frying pans, I've got all titanium stuff. It's pretty light, but it is a bit bulky. But also in there I've got all the spices and the herbs and all my drinks, coffees, chocolate, and a whole bunch of other things. So this is basically my kitchen with some drinks, powdered drinks. Below that is all the camera gear. As I said, I would do a detailed thing of the camera gear. From the drone to the battery banks to the editing iPad Pro to do all the editing, everything to be mobile. is all in here. So basically a whole lot of camera gear. And this bag is again by Arrow, and it is a 12-litre bag. It is where I store the food. So the food, but inside that bag I have the Dawn bag, which is a reflective bag, basically insulated bag. So if I want to throw a couple of cold beers in, I can. If I want to throw meat in, I can, and preserve it for a bit longer. So I've got my insulation, and I've got room for plenty of food. That is 12 litres, and the other side is 12-litre bag as well, and that's for food as well. So I calculated about 25 days of food I can carry. If it was dehydrated, I could definitely carry more, but 25 days, which matches the fuel bottle, how much I can cook. And on this side here, pannier, which is on this pannier here, is my summer clothes. And it's mostly club ride, quick drying stuff, that type of stuff, change clothes and maybe a nice pair of jeans just in case I need to go out. And the bottom bag, which is a 14-litre bag as well, this one is a 14-litre bag, this one is an 11-litre bag, and this one is 11-litre, and the bottom one is 14. And in that 14-litre bag I carry winter gear. Now when I'm saying winter gear, imagine you're going to Alaska and it's -18, what gear do you need? So that's what I've got in there, from expedition masks to gaiters to outer shell to mid layers, base layers, a whole bunch of really cool winter gear, which took a long time to research. So this trailer, how does it handle? Well, on the flats, I've actually looked a couple of times behind to check and see if it was still on. I didn't really notice it. I felt it push me a couple of times, okay? Just like give me a little bit of a kick sometimes. Now on hills, now I bike and hike anyway. So on hills, yep, you're definitely gonna feel it. I think it's the only time in my life I actually said, holy crap, I wanna get an electric motor, you know? But I got off and hiked up the hill, you know? How's it on the trails? It's brilliant on the trails. It is really good on the trails. There's no problems on trails. And then what else I did was, here is my first aid kit. I put my first aid kit here. That's the reason why I always now keep my first aid kit outside. And the main reason for that is, if something happens to me, I'm lucky enough somebody comes along and they see me hurt, they see the first aid kit, so it's visible. And it's easy access for me if I get like little cuts or stuff like that there. So that is just a rough version of my bikepacking trailer setup. I say Mert gear, custom gear. The bags are turning out pretty good. A lot more testing. The pedal cell generating power. I am still using solar panels as well. So when I get to camp, I set up the base camp and I connect my solar panels to the outer. And also when I stop for lunch, the first thing I do is pull out the solar panel because this isn't making any power. But overall, with all the gear in this, guys, I'm way happy. So I'd say this is just a rough version, giving you. I know people will say you've got all this space here. What are you going to put on it? The concept is simple. I get to camp, I unhook the trailer, I set up the sleep system, I undo the water and the fuel, leave that, and now I'm ready to just go explore the trails. You know, I can spend weeks and weeks just exploring trails, always coming back to camp that night, and everything's already set up. And when you're going and doing some trails, it's always nice to lean back. So I didn't need a seat post bag, you know. I do have the Aero bags, the bracket here, just in case I want to just easy convert this into an overnight trip or a weekend trip or a week trip. All I need to do is grab one of those pods, clip the pod there, fill it with food in a little small pot, I've got my sleep system, got my water, got my tools, got everything. It's very versatile. So hopefully it wasn't too long, and I am trying to get the hell out. I'm packed, ready to go. So, oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to Simon in England for buying me a 6-pack of beer. You were actually technically the sponsor for this. Really appreciate it. Bought some Tiger. If anybody wants to buy a beer, just go to my website. Still working on it. Need to get out, make some photos. Can't get out, you know. But if you want to support the channel and be a sponsor of the channel, beer. All right. Have a good one, guys.